Hi, I'm Peter Marks, President and CEO of Seed Programs International. I'm so grateful to you for hosting this upcoming seed packaging event. In today's training video, we're going to cover everything you need to know in order to successfully host an engaging and powerful event for your colleagues. This station at the seed packing event is for scooping and sealing of the packets themselves. I'll now introduce each of the items on the seed scooping and sealing table. Here you see empty packets waiting to be filled, a tray, which is used to catch any spilled seed and be able to reuse it. In the center of the tray between each two people is a bowl from which you'll scoop seed. And we use a piece of double-sided tape here. We recommend that you put that in the center of the tray so that the bowl is less likely to be knocked over. When scooping the seed, you'll be using a measuring spoon that is specific to the type of seed. And if it is a type of seed that gets leveled before it's put in the packet, you will place one of these wooden sticks at the station so that the seed may be leveled back into the bowl. Once the seed packets are filled, the filled seed packets will be lined up in these two small bins, ready to be carried over to be counted and bagged. Two instruction sheets are found at this table. There's one that gives general instructions as to the steps that I just described, and the other reminds participants which vegetable seed type is being filled at this table and the spoon measure for that type of seed for the seed packet. Rosanna and I will now demonstrate the job of the scooping and sealing table at your seed packaging event. This is a two-person job, although in some cases, if you have extra hands, it can be a three-person job, as you can have two people holding seed packets and one person scooping. In this case, there's one of each of us. One person simply picks up each packet and holds it open over the bowl. The other person scoops an amount of seed, levels it with the popsicle stick, dumps it in the seed packet. We then seal it carefully with two hands, making a nice even crease. Shake it a little to make sure no seed comes out, and place it in the bin. You have 5 types of seed at your event. One of the 5 is Swiss chard or leaf beet. In that case, the sign will indicate that you are not to level the scoop. Instead, just make a nice big heaping, overflowing spoonful and dump that right in the seed packet. Seal it in the same way. Make sure the seal is good, and you're all done. I'll now describe what you need to set up the bagging and counting station at your seed packing event. Just a few items. You have a large bin in which all of the filled seed packets will be collected. On the outside of each of the large bins, you'll adhere one of these stickers to make sure that the right type of seed goes in the right bin. There will be a supply of Ziploc bags, which should be placed at each counting and bagging station. And finally, we recommend that you provide from your own supplies a pen, paper, and maybe a small clipboard to facilitate tallying of the seed packets. Rosanna will now demonstrate the task here at the counting and bagging station. She is going to pull out a group of filled seed packets from the bin and pile them up in a stack of 10, which she's carefully counting. She will repeat that until she has 10 stacks of 10, as the end goal is to put 100 packets of each seed type in the Ziploc bag. You can use the pen and paper to keep track of how many you've put in the bag as you go. This station may tend to get behind the seed filling activity. If so, make sure that there are adequate numbers of people completing this task. You may choose to move people over from the seed filling and sealing station if there ends up being a bottleneck here in the bagging. The final tip is before you seal the Ziploc bag, ensure that all the excess air is squeezed out, and then seal it carefully and thoroughly all the way across. The reason is seed is a living object, and if it's exposed to humidity, it might start to perish before people are able to plant it. So it's a very important part of our job to ensure the long life of the seed, to ensure that this plastic bag is well sealed. These are the supplies needed at the boxing table, where you will be filling the bagged seed into boxes ready to be shipped overseas. What you need at this table is a tape gun, which you will be supplying, the supply of empty boxes, and these labels which we have provided, which are adhered to the side of each box. Also make sure there's ample room on the table for gathering the filled seed bags before they go in the box. We'll now demonstrate the boxing task. First tip is to keep the boxing near the counting and bagging station, because boxing is really only an intermittent job, and when there's not a box needing to be filled, the people with this job can come over here and help with the counting and bagging. Rosanna will now demonstrate the boxing task. So as there is each set of 100 packets of seed filled in a bag, put it in the box. Each box will receive 10 bags of the same seed type. You can fill the empty space in the box with the packing paper that we've provided to make sure that the seed doesn't jostle around too much. Close the box and seal both the center seam and the sides. Don't forget to label the outside of the box with a marker as to what type of vegetable seed was put into the box. The fourth and final job is that of the runner, whose role it is to keep all of the other tasks supplied and the product moving from one station to the other. You will have one runner assigned to each type of seed and responsible for ensuring that the right type of seed and the right printed packet reaches the correct station and that no seed is mixed. These are the supplies that are needed at the supply station for the runners. A bag of bulk seed, a box of empty seed packets, a scoop for replenishing the bulk seed at the scooping and sealing station, and a large bin for carrying the filled seed packets from the scooping and sealing station to the bagging and boxing station. As the scooper and sealer is doing their job, they will consume the seed. It will start to get low in the bowl, or the packets will start to run out. At that point, the runner's role is to be attentive and replenish the bulk seed, making sure that the same type of seed is consistently put in the same station, and replenish the empty packets, ensuring that the same type of seed is being filled each time. As the scoopers and sealers are working, these small bins will quickly fill up with seed. The job of the runner is to be attentive. Come on over and empty those bins into this larger bin and carry them over to the bagging and counting station. Dump them out on that table in order to facilitate them being counted.
At the end of your event, don't let your volunteers leave without cleaning up first. Please recycle, reuse, or donate any unused materials. It should take you 30 minutes to an hour to fully clean. During your seed packing event, it's important to remember to celebrate. Important milestones could be finishing a lot of seeds or hitting 1,000 packets, 5,000 packets, or 10,000 packets, depending on how many you're packing. Whether it's 100 seeds packed, 1,000 seeds packed, or 10,000 seeds packed. You can announce it over PA systems, blow horns, ring bells, but make sure you get all of your volunteers to cheer with you.